People will be more afraid of following their dreams, their hearts, their purposes over dying. How backwards is that? How are you more afraid of the inevitable that you are going to die one day? How are you more afraid than living out your purpose of what you're meant to do and fulfilling the life that you are meant to live? I think the concerns are backwards. I think we should be more afraid of living a purposeless life instead of being afraid of something that is naturally going to happen to every single last soul, living thing on planet Earth. We're always so focused on the what ifs and the challenges and, trying to plan ahead and trying to find ways of why it won't work. I remember my brother told me when we were younger, he didn't clean up after himself, and I'm like, but what if mom comes home early, and what if we get in trouble, and what if we get grounded and we can't go outside? And he literally looked at me in my face and was like, what if there is no what ifs? And it's something that I carry with me at my 27 years of living on this earth, is whenever I question myself and I say, what if this doesn't work? What if something bad happens? I calm myself down and I say, well, Fee, what if there is no what ifs? My brother's voice will tap into my soul and remind me that that is the inevitable. Maybe some things will happen, but to prepare ourselves and be so structured and grounded in believing in ourselves that the what ifs don't matter. And when we get there, when we cross that bridge, we'll then deal with them, but not to scare ourselves so much with the what ifs when that's operating out of fear and not operating out of your heart. For some reason, as humans, a lot of times we want an easy life. We want everything to come easy. Everything should be easy. And if it's not, and if it's challenging, then maybe this is something I shouldn't do. But following what you are designed to do is going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult because anything worth having is a challenge, because in those challenges you're learning so much about yourself, and it's molding and sculpting your foundation so that if anything ever does try and storm your whole entire foundation away, it's so rock steady that it won't be able to fall down ever. I think the easiest way for us to live an easy life is by giving up on yourself, giving up on your goals, giving up on taking care of yourself. And the crazy thing is, yes, it's easy, but it's also very painful. It's very painful when you don't invest in yourself. It's very painful when you don't listen to your soul. It's very painful because there's this voice that just keeps on going and you keep on trying to turn the volume down, and the volume just keeps coming until you finally deal with it, until you finally deal with yourself. We all have a purpose. We all have a calling. Turn the voices down from the outside and turn the voices from the inside a little bit higher, so that you can hear yourself and you can tune out the rest of the world. I notice that people quit because they're fearful of their own ambition. They have all these really cool ideas and it sounds too big. It sounds way too big. Action changes our lives, and giving up is literally the most miserable thing that you can do. Stay away from people that have mediocre minds. Stay away from mediocrity. Stay away from people who want to play it safe, because in this game called life, for it to be fully fulfilled and for you to feel fulfilled in this lifetime, you can't be mediocre. You just can't do it. I personally cannot be around mediocre people because my mind is elevated on a level that only few far in between can understand. My last thing to say before I close out with you guys is to stop giving a shit what people think. Stop talking shit about yourself, inside of yourself. You are great and you have a purpose. And if that purpose is moving you inside and you are inspired by the Spirit and the world is constantly giving you signs of this is what you're supposed to do it. Tell yourself you can. Break habits, break mental habits. And while you're going through this journey, ask yourself this: what if there is no what ifs?